Looking back over transition, I think one of the biggest, most important things I learned was that my idea of who I want to be at the beginning of transition was very fixed and rigid, and that idea will have to change and evolve over time. I wish someone could have explained that to me back then, because I had a very fixed idea of who I wanted to be, what I would look like, the kind of clothes I would wear, everything, what I would sound like, and ultimately it's important to have a vision, but I think keep that vision quite loose, because I didn't realise how much I would evolve and develop as a person along the way. And I think if you try to be too fixed, you will ultimately put barriers in the way to your own personal development. I think one of the most important people I met along the way was my friend Sophia. She really inspired me because she was so sure of who she was as a person, and she was very glamorous and very just an incredible woman who really showed me actually what was possible as a trans woman. It's possible to be a very strong, independent person, and she really opened my eyes to those kinds of possibilities. I think if there was anything I would change looking back, I'd probably say trying to connect with the trans community a lot sooner. It was something like 2 years before I really reached out properly and met anyone and made a real group of trans friends, and when I did, I couldn't believe I'd left it for so long. I guess I was lucky because I had a lot of cisgender friends who supported me, and that was amazing, and I'm very grateful for that. But I think that there's something that you can't get from the sense of belonging from knowing people in your own community, and that was a really important thing to me when I discovered it. I don't really feel like I have any regrets in that sense. I think one of the things that I really got right actually is that I never let go of the things that are really important to me in terms of the things that I love to do, like racing and adventure sports and things that I worried about at the time, because I thought these things are all, too masculine, and the woman I want to become, getting back to point one, is, wouldn't do these things. Whereas actually, that doesn't matter. That's gender stereotypes are just something to be broken down, and I think I'm just very happy that I do the things I love doing, regardless of whether they are stereotypically masculine or feminine. It doesn't matter. I think just do what you love doing and be the person you want to be.